Hey, welcome back guys for another model bench update. So not much to show you in the way of purchases. It's only been a week since I last did an update, but I've been pretty busy on the bench, plenty of time like most of us. It's a great chance to kind of catch up and start building some stuff, especially over the weekend. Also looking here, it's 7:15, 7:20 in the evening and it's a beautiful day, still light outside. So definitely spring is here and summer's on the way. So yeah, been real busy. A lot of people also, as a lot of people are doing, also doing a lot of work around the house. Because the kids' school's closed, decided to get a playset. So unfortunately, I hate yard work, but I've been out in the yard, clearing land, clearing some place on the out back there to put the playset, get the base prepped and ready to go. When the playset arrives in a week or two, it comes in like 1,000, if not more pieces, and it will take me like 40 hours to build it, I think, according to reviews. So that'll keep me busy too, outside of modeling stuff. But modeling time, working on 2 kits recently. Been working on the Sherman Firefly, like I mentioned in the last video, and also started the Eduard limited edition Tornado F3, which is a Revelry box from about a year ago. I think it came out about March last year, maybe. This is the second one I have in the stash, or sort of the third one, to be honest with you. So the first one I did in this black scheme here, I wasn't that happy with how it turned out. The paintwork went down good, but then I had got some kind of, at the time I was using Aquagloss for clear coat, and I got some kind of microsol kind of reacted with it a little bit, and got some kind of pooling marks and stuff around the decals and the wash and stuff. It wasn't my best effort, so in the end I think I was put in the attic for about a year, and then it got thrown out. I could be done with it. These Revel kits, I think I've done 3 or 4 different variants, and I've yet to complete one. As you see, I completed the 1/72 scale version a couple of weeks back, and it kind of got me going on this one. So those who are members of Flory Models, Nathan over there from the Tornado Sig is a member, and well, I think he's a team leader or a member, I don't know what he's categorized as, but he's doing a build vlog of how to build these. Well, it's a GR1, but pretty much all these Revel kits are pretty much the same, how they go together. So he's doing a build log of how to go together, and pretty much ignore the instructions completely. So it's really complicated how these things go together, and I'll show you on the camera. There's a lot of seam lines and stuff, but basically, long story short, you kind of start with the back and work your way forward. So you kind of ignore the instructions completely, and you get better joins and seams. Quite happy with how mine is. I haven't added any filler or anything yet, but so far I've done a ton of work over the weekend, and I'm really happy how that's turning out. So thank you, Nathan, for doing those videos. It's really kind of helping. So it inspired me to start. I've done a 48 scale kit for since I did the Aggressor Fighting Omar's F-18 Hornet about Thanksgiving last year. So it's been a while, and working on this after the 72nd scale kits is really kind of strange. Everything's so much bigger and pieces are much bigger. It's a little bit surreal. But let me switch the camera down and I'll show you exactly what I've been working on and where I'm at, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now I've switched the camera down to the bench. Let me show you a couple of projects I've been working on for the past week. So as I kind of alluded to and kind of mentioned in the last video, I've been working on this Riffield Models British Sherman Firefly. This is an outstanding kit. It's not badly priced for armor. Got tons of photo etch in it. The tracks are workable. I must admit, I'm not a big photo etch fan, but I haven't built armor for a long time. My mojo's really been down, but I thought they got this, and I thought, you know, let me just get started and build it. So I was a couple of steps in and doing some real fiddly photo etch, and my glue has kind of gone off a little bit. The super glue, as you know, super glue doesn't last for a very long time once it's opened, and it wasn't sticking good. It did almost get thrown out the window, but I persevered, and the more I built it, the more I kind of enjoyed it. It's a whole different aircraft. I did find some of the build a little bit boring, just off, you know, my aircraft's my passion, and, you know, I'm trying to get back into the armor, but the mojo isn't really there. But you know, a lot of the wheels are repetitive and parts and tracks and stuff. But yeah, like I say, it's a great kit, highly recommend it. Riffield are really kind of like the king of armor right now, this year being 2020, 2019 last year. They really pumping out the great kits and great quality. So let me show you kind of what, enough waffling, let me kind of show you what I've been kind of doing. So first of all, I've got one-sided tracks. These are totally workable, kind of join pins. Really nice kind of detail on these tracks. I wouldn't get aftermarket at all on these. So it's 83 on each side.
they were pretty easy to make. You get a jig and you do it 6 at a time. I found it quite therapeutic actually. Use some glue in the middle and glue the parts, sandwich the parts together with a couple of pins in between. And yeah, went together pretty good. Maybe like a couple of hours work to do one. Just did a little bit here and there, like 6 or 12 at a time, and then kind of worked it up. I did glue them together, and they did fit onto the bogies and onto the wheels fine, perfectly actually. But then I figured, hey, it's easy to paint these separately, so I could kind of break one side off so I could release it. So I'll paint these separately and then reattach them once the whole thing's done at the end. So yeah, the tracks are beautiful. You can see they're kind of moving around, workable, not falling apart, knocking on wood too. Sometimes I get frustrated with tracks. You spend a lot of time and when you try to put them on, you just crumble to pieces. But these seem pretty sturdy with those pins and construction. So yeah, really happy with that. So that's the tracks. And then starting on lower, you can kind of see some of that photo etch on the back there, some of the detail. And it's beautiful. And the wheels. And then you see some like the mesh in the back there again, some more photo etch. Cool thing about this is it's workable. It's got springs inside the suspension, so you can see you kind of move it around. Oops, just knocked the wheel off. These aren't attached. I think they just sit in. There we go. But there you go. Click it back in place. But you can kind of see. Let's try this size of the brake. Suspension's pretty workable. I mean, it's not like you push these things around the floor or anything and play with them, but I mean, it's just kind of nice. You can see the suspension working. So again, really good quality. The kit wasn't super expensive for Arrma. Really happy. And I started doing the upper side, adding a couple of parts on. And again, tons of little photo etch things. I left all the tools off. I'll probably paint those separately and add them on at the end. Lots of little kind of clips and stuff. And then that's going to fit onto that like that somehow, but I'm not going to put it on completely. But so there you go. So yeah, really happy with that. So I knocked a few days out on that one last week, and then I kind of paused when I started my F3 Tornado, and I kind of been working on that last couple of days and over the weekend. So let me kind of reach across and grab. Oh, so here it is. So yeah, really happy how it's gone together. Normally get tons of seam lines. These intakes are a nightmare, but following Nathan's instructions of doing the lower part and then the front part, and then at the end and then attaching it on, it really kind of works. Still got a lot of work to do. I'm just assembling stuff. I'm at stage now where I need some filler and a little filler and putty and sanding. Just tidy up a few seam lines, especially on the intake here. And back around these aren't very good fit at all. The speed brakes, the doors back here, speed brakes down. A little bit of seam lines there too, but overall just minor stuff. Before I've had tons, steps and mass surgery need doing, but it's going together really nicely. Also got the wings down okay. Normally every one I built always broke these guys at the back here, these little things that stick out. This time managed to get through it okay. Again, just taking some time and knowing, normally I cut these off by accident too because it kind of molds into flash and you don't know, but this time obviously built a few of these kits and you be careful, on these kind of parts coming down for the wings too. Again, some more photo etch on the underneath, and yeah, the cockpit comes. This is totally out of the box. So with Eduard, it comes with the photo etch cockpit. It needs a little bit of weathering, but that's basically, it looks really nice. You can kind of see that in the camera, and yeah, and then done a few other little parts too. So like nose, put the weight in the nose. It's pretty big jet. I do like the F3 version. I think I like the GR4 version better. It's more chunkier and a better look, but this is the F3. It barely fits in my camera, it's so big. Added up nose weight too, just super glued it in there. So let me kind of show you my top tip for weights, nose weights. I go to Walmart and I buy these fishing weights. These are like $1 for a bag. Various sizes and weights for different scales. So I buy, that one's like 1/4 ounce. That one's 1/2 ounce, and these are 1 ounce. So this is what I use in the nose because it's plenty of space. So these fishing weights, let me kind of take one out. They look really good. So I basically just take, like I say, $1 for a bag. Just take one of these weights and just literally put super glue in the nose and throw it in there overnight, and it sticks. So great nose weights. So that's more of a round kind of one that's super heavy. Like I say, that's an ounce, which is, I think, like what, like 26 or 28 grams or something like that. And then these are good shape for noses too, that kind of shape. Yeah, so I really like these. So Walmart in the fishing aisle, nose weights. That's why I use these guys, and they last forever. Like I say, you get what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you got about 8 in a pack there. So using one on the aircraft, it lasts a very long time. What else have I done? Just working on other little parts, like the flaps at the back. And some horizontal stabilizers, just really comes gluing together. And a cockpit. I don't normally do much in cockpits in the way of internal detail, but this time I did a photo etch of the bars and stuff, so that means I have to mask the inside and the outside, but hopefully it works out good. I do have a few spare of these canopies from various kits I've tried in the past, and also this kit had, New Taurus had a manufacturing error. Had the cockpit was the glazing was slightly bad, and bad parts, so Edouard sent out all replacement cockpits. So they sent me a few actually, so I got spares of these. So if this doesn't work out, I can just do another one, spare one. But yeah, so the cockpit, and there's just a few other little bits and pieces. So that's really around the screen there. So that's really what I've been up to. So a lot of work getting that together. Next kind of stage on this really is to kind of mask up some of the detail, and then add the putty, which will be, I probably use Vallejo plastic putty, because that's water soluble, so you can put it down there, and with a Q-tip kind of dipped in water, you can just rub away the excess. So I'll take care of some of these seam lines, fix that, and then I'll work on carrying on some more with this jet and getting it into kind of priming stage. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Yeah, like I said, piece of armored, piece of aviation aircraft. The SU-34, I've not done anything with that in the past couple of weeks. That's like a slow time project on the side. And I also got that 1/32 scale Messerschmitt Bf 109. That's nothing been done with that since Christmas. Next time I got the mojo to do with World War II aircraft, I'll get back on that one. It's going to go great. It's just, as I mentioned before, I got to the stage where to paint the cockpit, and all my reference books and pictures are in black and white. So I just really need to kind of do some research and find out how to paint the details and what color they should be and that kind of stuff. So that's it. So let me switch the camera back to me, and then I'll wrap up the video. So enough waffling. So let me switch. So there you go. So yeah, very happy how it's going on. Made a lot of progress, a lot of bench time, and next few weeks I'm due probably spend a lot more time on the bench. So hopefully get moving those builds too, and get them into the painting and weathering stage as well. So as I mentioned, I did an update last week. I've not received anything really in the mail since then. One thing I did get is, or are these Posca, P-O-S-C-A. See that? They're like paint markers. You get them in different sizes. These are the 0.07 millimeters. So if you buy on Amazon, make sure you get the thin ones. There's fat ones too. You can write on glass with them and stuff. Just used it for the very first time. The black I used for a couple of details. That joystick, the control stick in the cockpit, just kind of really marked it. So it's a pretty fine nib. And so you get all different. I think you get packs of 30 colors and stuff. It get pretty expensive. This was about maybe $12, $13. And you get the 4 colors. You get silver, gold, black, and white. So really black's the main one for me, just for all the details on the cockpit panels and stuff. Just tried it out. I'm not sure how it works yet. The only thing I do know is I've just looked at my fingers and covered in black. So I just used this for the first time like 20 minutes ago. And so obviously be careful touching stuff. I guess it takes a while to dry. But yeah, so these Posca pens, again, I'm assuming they're Japanese because it has wasabi sticky notes with them. So there you go. That's pretty much it. And then my only other thing is service announcement, I guess, about last time I mentioned about this guy, this rechargeable USB drill. Now this thing works great, but there's one major flaw with this, and this is what the problem is. If I turn it on and kind of listen, so you can hear, despite when you turn it on, it goes to the lowest level. There's 3 levels, speed levels. There's low, medium, high. But the problem is when you first turn it on, it automatically kind of speeds up and then it slows down. So when you drill anything, you obviously always going to have it pressed against the plastic first. And this makes short work of it. It goes through pretty easily, but you can't really use the slow setting because, I mean, you can, but I mean, by the time it revs up and then slows down again, you've already gone through the hole. So that's a bit of a major kind of
flaw with this. It cuts through like hot knife through butter. I mean, especially I combine it with these PCB you get from China or eBay or AliExpress or whatever. You get these sets of like come in 1 mil increments of these PCB drills, and they kind of have the shank added. If I can open it. There you go. So that these guys, and these, you know, they have different sizes. They've got 1mm. These work great for scare models. They snap super easy, but they're cheap. Like a set like this is like $1.50 delivered from China or wherever you buy it from. So, I mean, you can buy a few sets, and these things, I say, these pressure, these things will just snap like so. You can, one session you get through 3 or 4 of these quite easily. But generally, you know, these things have the shanks, and they just go straight into the drill, and they work really good. 0.08mm pretty much what I use for most things. The instructions always call out what size to cut, but like so far, there's a couple of kits I've been working on, like 99% of the time it's like a 0.08mm. It seems to be a popular kind of size for a hole. You get different sizes. This is a multi pack. This is 0.3mm to 1.2, so you get 10 in there. So yeah, they work great with this, and like I said, the drill looks great itself, but that little weight, but how it kind of speeds up and gets going to start with. I know it kind of starts the hole maybe, but I'd rather prefer it just to kind of start immediately in this kind of slower speed, and then you can increase as you need it. But the fact that it always starts real fast is a little bit, I don't know. I'll keep it. I think I'll send it back, but like I say, it does do a real good job doing holes. It's just if you want to do some real fine work, then like I say, you always start that real fast speed, which is, I don't know if you can change it or something in the settings, but there you go. So that's let you guys know about that one. So that's really it really. Like I said, I've really got no purchases or anything to show you this week. Couple of things on order, as I mentioned earlier. I did get another one of those order from Sprue Brothers, another one of these kits, just because they still have them in stock. They still have the Desert Babe ones in stock too at the time of recording this video, so I'll let you guys know. They're not a bad price. So I was going to get the IDS German version, the basic Revell kit, and that was like $33, $34. But Sprue Brothers sells a limited edition for $51.99, I think it was, or maybe $52.99. And obviously it's the kit plus, well, this is an F3 and that's a GR4, but Tornado wise it's a kit plus you get the mask set, you get photo etch, you get resin seats, resin wheels. So it's really for the extra $15, whatever it was, or $16, $17, you get a lot more stuff. So that's why I saw it was in stock, and I know these limited editions won't sell out. That's it. So I did buy another one of these, which I'll get later this week. It's for the stash for the future. So yeah, that's really it. Not really got plans too much more. Got a few little aftermarket parts and stuff arriving, but kind of really waiting right now for some some new releases and pick up some stuff. Then as you see, I bought a lot of stuff recently, so I'm more than enough stacked. Doing good. So that's really it. Just a quick update video. If you guys any questions, put them in the comments below. Thank you for all the people recently subscribed. Appreciate it, and also all the kind comments. And as always, stay safe, stay inside, and happy modeling. So see you next time. Goodbye.